All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Number one is to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect out there doing this work of faith, labor of love and true sincerity. All right, I want to get into a brief topic. Pretty much continuing on, to add on to the topic I went into yesterday, entitled Love is in Action. So this will pretty much be like a part two. And, in this lesson, I wanted to get into, like the characteristics of love, because love comes in different fashions, not just in the average fashion in which the world thinks of. And as yesterday, I was mentioning the love between a man and a woman. A man usually base things off of reason and logic according to love. And them recognizing that the woman loved them based upon what they're willing to sacrifice and to do for that man. But the woman, in turn, she just sees the love from the man, just as an emotional state, which is nothing wrong with that, because that's her nature, for how the Most High allowed her to perceive certain things. Because as the scriptures say, he have deprived her of wisdom. So her wisdom is limited to an emotional state. And a man's wisdom is higher because it's on the actual plane of reality, man. Dealing with reason and dealing with logic, So there are different characteristics of love, that some that display actual emotion and some that display actual action, That's what love is supposed to be, in action. So along with that, you're going to have various characteristics that shows whether someone loves you or you love that other person. All right. So this is the book of Colossians 3, and I started just real quick. I started at verse 9. It says, "Lie not to one another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds." Okay, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Okay, so from verse 9, and above that, it pretty much gets into the characteristics that what we're supposed to put off, because those characteristics are characteristics of the world, of the nigger spirit that we used to have upon us. But now, it says what? That we have to put off those old deeds and have put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge, basically renewed in the knowledge of Yahushua, man. Okay? So what? We're changing our mental structure upon how we see things and the ways and how we actually show, that we love, man. Now we're coming into the reality of what it really means to love someone or something, and that someone or those someones are Yahweh and Yahushua, and also included with that, is the brotherhood. All right. So jumping to verse 12, it says, "Put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh." So these are the things we're supposed to put on as potentially being of the elect: holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, is one characteristic; kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering. Okay, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Yahushua forgave you, so also do ye. Okay, so these are various characteristics where Paul is letting the church of Colossus know that if you put on these type of characteristics, that's showing forth that you're of the potential elect, because these are the characteristics in which the elect is going to have towards their brothers. Okay, because we know that the love that we show towards the brotherhood, that's the love that we're showing towards Yahushua, man. And any evil that any brother may portray against the brotherhood, that he's portraying that same evil against Yahushua, because Yahushua is the embodiment of the brotherhood, man. Okay, based upon his acts of love and kindness on which he did for us. All right. So And love comes in many different shapes, forms, and fashions. You know, love just doesn't come in these manners, you know, but love also comes in the form of rebuke, and especially when it comes to the Lord, you know, Yahweh himself. Okay, so real quick, this is the book of Revelations, Slakia. Verse Revelations 3 and 19. And it says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Okay? Be zealous, therefore, and repent. So love comes in the form of rebuke, man. You know? So if it comes a time where, you know, if a brother may have to be gotten on, or if you're the brother in a case that may have to suffer for something in which he did, you know, whatever the case may be, you have to take that as a form of love, man. Don't take that as, you know, the brother just coming down on me because he, you know, he want to be a tyrant, or he just want to say something to me or something like that. You know, not saying that you don't have those instances where, you know, you have wicked guys, you know, that may abuse power, you know, but we have to learn how to not be emotional and accept love in all shapes, forms, or fashions. Love is not going to always come in the way that you expect it to come, man. That's why we have to be spiritual about this thing, man, you know? And brothers have to be spiritual when they examine different situations and when the brother is talking unto them. You can't look at things in a carnal mind state, man. You have to be spiritual at all times, man, you know? We can't afford to be slipping in our mind, because that's where everything starts at, in our mind, man, you know? So love comes in the form of rebuke, you know? So real quick, the book of Psalms, what is it? Slakia. Damn, Salaki, I forgot that scripture. I can let righteous smite. Okay, Psalms 141. Okay, Salaki about that. No, it was in the 140s. Alright, yeah, this Psalms 141 and 5. Let the righteous smite me, it shall be a kindness. And let him reprove me, it shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. Okay, so when it says what? Let the righteous smite me, it shall be a kindness, man. Why? Because that's love that's correcting you from the error of your ways, man, or a way in which you was potentially to go. You know, you have to look at, you know, somebody rebuking you in the manner of, okay, this brother sees something that's about me, you know, or see something that's going on with me that he has to check. Well, it's because if I continue to go in this path, you know, I'm going to be leading myself into a way that's not good. So this brother's trying to help to steer me back on the path to righteousness, man, because the way in which I was going just wasn't in the spirit. You have to look at things like that, man. Examining ourselves is very key in this truth, man. You know, of course, it's wonderful. We living in the time of prophecy. We're supposed to be getting in the times of things of prophecy and things of that nature. But brothers cannot forget the essence of dealing amongst ourselves, you know, in our own minds, that we are our own worst enemy. We have to constantly keep that in mind, you know, because at the drop of a dime, if you forget that and you don't check yourself or have them spiritual refreshes every so often, you know, you can get off the handle, man. You know, and none of us want that, right? But I read this again. It says, let the righteous smite me, it shall be a kindness. Let him reprove me, it shall be an excellent oil which shall not break my head. Okay, now examine that. It shall be an excellent oil which shall not break my head, man. Meaning what? When you get rebuked, you know, that's supposed to be that oil unto you that shall not break your spirit, man. Okay? It shouldn't shake you up in the faith, you know, when a brother's getting on you and you just look at, oh, damn, here we go again, or this is that and the third. You shouldn't be in that type of spirit, man, because it's only there for your benefit, not to break you, man. Yahweh Shemi Shah doesn't put us in situations in which we can't handle, and we all know that. But when we get caught up in our own feelings and emotions, now we allow the situation to be bigger than actually what it is in our own mind, and we begin to take it in the wrong manner, and now the wrong manifestations come out of our mind, and now we're in the wrong spirit. We totally caught out there and being carnal, man. You know, as far as our mentality, and who knows, and we all know the different possibilities of when a spiritual man's mind starts to go toward the carnal side. So many different things happen. Look at the examples: scoffers, scorners, you know, agents, people calling people's jobs, so on and so forth. So when you get in that type of spirit, you know, it's like it's damn near no coming back from that, man. You know, unless the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Shah, is really with you. Okay, so when these ways of love come about, we have to receive them with all joy and gladness, man. Everything of the brotherhood is for our benefit, man. You know, that's how you have to look at things. Nothing is there to hurt you, to harm you, to destroy you, to beat you down, man. You know, it's all a build-up process, man. You know, we have to be broken down to be built back up, man. From the filth of our mind, from the filth of this world, you know, and realizing, you know, ourselves, and realizing what real love is, man. And having those characteristics, as we was getting into in Colossians, the 3rd chapter, man. Put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, in those various characteristics, man. So we have to constantly do that, you know. So, hey, you know, with that, you know, I think I pretty much hit the point. You know, hey, it's different characteristics of love, you know, that we have to display on a constant basis, man. You know, you just can't show them sometimes, and then other times it's like, you know, it's like the hell with it. You know, you have to be one way. The scriptures are consistent. The scriptures are constant. Us as men of the Lord, we have to be constant in our ways, in our walk, you know, in our everyday fashion of us dealing with this truth. Just like with our lessons and our shows, what we want to be constant, man. Consistency is the key. Lord willing, yeah, that'll be my next lesson, man. You know, but with that, hey, I hope the segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect out there doing his work of faith, labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.